And welcome to this COMP6259 Advanced Game Design and Development video from the University of Southampton. My name is Tom Bam, I'm one of the lecturers on the course, and today I am joined by...
I'm Dan, I'm one of the demonstrators on the course.
And I'm Dave, I'm one of the other lecturers on the course.
Fantastic. So, yet again, we're going to be looking through some more of our students' coursework submissions. Dave, would you tell us what we asked the students to do for this?
Sure. So what we asked the students to do was to create a vertical slice of a game that demonstrated 2 of 3 features. The first one would be an AI component, the second one might be a multiplayer component, and the third one was procedural generation.
Our first game for this batch is Slime Climb.
So, okay, I like the mountain.
Yeah, nice.
I guess
nice.
let's look at controls first, just so we see what have we got.
So it looks like we're slimes.
Okay.
Yes, we have to climb.
So if I get A, D, and space to jump.
And then I'll go on the other side of the
And
keyboard.
you get
I've got
J-
J, K, I, L, and B. What? Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
hang
so
on.
I can do more.
You can climb.
You can climb and I can jump. Oh no, you can jump as well.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
feel
just
like
better than you in every way.
I just feel like a lesser slime.
May W and S will be your up and down, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
You'd think so, but let's find out.
Well,
maybe
well,
maybe I
yeah.
don't have it. Okay,
we might have asymmetric game.
Yeah.
let's play.
Oh, also I'm bigger than you.
You are?
Yeah. Okay.
You've
So,
had too many
yes.
pies.
So I oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Do I?
a hole.
Oh, that's a hole. Okay. Okay.
Right. Are we gonna have to restart because you're dead?
Maybe.
Interesting that I fall super slowly.
You're like a
You know what?
floater.
Yeah, if I also die, will it restart for us?
Well, let's find out.
No.
Escape. No. Quit. No.
Might be an Alt F4 job.
Yeah, okay. We'll kill that and go again.
Okay.
We'll try not to die on a second attempt. So it's interesting. The fact that we are different sizes and seem to have different properties
Yeah.
is probably going to be an important part of this puzzle.
Yeah, it has a kind of Thomas Was Alone vibe, doesn't it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
When
So
we-
this time I will try not to leap to my death in a hole.
Yeah.
It's all any of us can hope for, really.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Auto
Yeah, we
completion of death.
do collide
So
with
what,
each other. So,
what is that?
so this is a
that-
platform. I do sink slowly through the platform, but
Okay, and I can't jump.
you can't jump.
You
Oh.
can't jump.
No, there's no jump.
Am I
for me.
supposed to be lifting you up, carrying you?
Oh, maybe.
I'm supposed to be able to
You're
jump.
supposed
It
to be able
definitely
to
said jump, and I don't
Yeah.
have a jump.
Can you... If you...
WS doesn't do anything.
Well, if you're over the... If you're over that...
Oh, there we go.
And what was that?
That was spacebar.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
That was weird.
So wait.
It wasn't working, and now it is working. Okay.
Sure.
So, presumably, if you got to jump on Dan, and
Ah.
then Dan can carry you.
Yeah, that's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jump with me on you.
B was my jump button. I've got tiny jump.
You've got a tiny jump. How did you get up there then?
I can like traverse inside the platform.
Okay, this is kind
So I think basically I'm the platform. I just
Yeah.
position myself wherever you need to land,
Yeah.
which is quite cute.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of jank, but as a
Do we have to
concept,
get up there?
like having a little...
Yeah, we don't actually know our goal, but if you
well,
Yeah, what am I doing?
I'm guessing you're climbing to that thing, right?
yeah, we've got to go up some amount. Yeah, no, I'm.
Can you get
Oh,
up there?
I can go inside the platform on the right, I think. Slightly right
there you
there.
go.
This is kind of neat.
Yeah.
So you can jump and go up that bit.
So I can I can
So you're basically a platform. Oh,
yes.
You can't get up.
Oh my jump is not enough. So can I go up here a bit and then jump off that?
Get up there with that. Jump.
Yeah. Can you,
So if you go in onto the into the what do you call it, that bit, yeah. And if I jump, can I jump up and then you jump on me? Or?
I was wondering maybe if we go left a bit and you help me get into this goo.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, cool.
Like
That's
that.
good.
There we go.
Yes. So you can get across there. You can get on top of me.
Oh, my jump's not working again.
Okay.
Ah, there we go.
So it must be a
Sorry.
slightly strange collisions thing where it only lets you jump if you're on a platform, but it doesn't always detect you're on a platform.
Something like that, yes.
There's also a non-zero chance that the spacebar on that keyboard's just a little bit sad.
Yeah, it could be.
It's certainly making a racket.
At the moment, my B doesn't let me jump either.
Oh, okay.
So
Maybe it is an odd collision thing.
There you go.
I can do that.
And then you...
Oh, I was too high. You got up on there. Right.
Okay.
There, I think I can probably follow.
Oh, are those platforms? Those are platforms, right?
So this is kind of interesting, right? Because for us to talk about this game. Yeah, you two are both sitting there concentrating furiously.
There is something. It does work quite effectively in terms of actually trying to collaborate.
You might need to help me.
Is that...
I think you need to come down and give me a leg up into the ascension tube.
The ascension.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Right, so clearly this is co-op.
Yeah.
How's this going to work?
Can I jump enough for...
Jump?
Yeah. I can't jump high enough for you to get underneath me.
Oh dear.
I think I'm going to
Don't
have
say
to...
we've got to go all the way back to the bottom.
You stay put, I'm dropping down, I'm going to rerun this bit over here.
Didn't you need
I
that,
was going to say
didn't
you
you?
needed...
Oh no, yeah, this is...
No, I can't jump.
Oh,
Why
we've lost
can't I
jump
jump?
again.
It's very weird. Yeah, so I can't jump, which also means that if you were to come back to me, I couldn't get off this platform.
Oh yeah.
I think you need to come back, because I need you to get me across the gap.
Yeah.
Because I can't...
managed to cheese my way across
Oh,
there.
no, that's alright, there we go.
Oh, it's okay.
I was thinking that by me being here, I can fall on top of you.
Yeah.
You can get me up
There you
here,
are.
and then
Still can't jump.
you still don't have the jump, so you can't escape.
No. Oops.
Oh, there you go.
Ah, yes. Now you got jump back, so I think.
Yeah.
Can you get back by yourself?
Yes.
And both make it to the top.
And
Ah.
almost.
Hey, yes! Right.
Amazing.
Nice.
We
So-
cleared the level.
That's really interesting. So yes, a bit janky on the controls. Something weird's going on with the jump enabling or not enabling, like you said, something about being on the platform. But the fundamental asymmetry in the mechanics works quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're basically my platform most of the time.
Yeah.
And then
And you're occasionally
I
a small box that I can
little-
stand on.
Little box you can stand on. And actually that level was relatively well put together. So I think, is that the only
I think
level?
so, yeah.
I'm guessing it's a vertical slice, right? So
Yeah.
there we go. Okay, interesting. All right. Well, to save us just having a menu screen to talk about, let's go back in and have a look at it. What do we think about the presentation of this?
It's simple, but I do like it.
Graphically, it's quite nice, like you say. Yeah, like simple, abstract.
Yeah.
It's relatively clear, what platform. So it's not obvious from a glance, but once we figured out, okay, these platforms are the ascension tubes, and these ones are things you can stand on. It's very easy to tell what's what, even if it's not immediately apparent. It's a real shame there's no sound.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lack of polish, which you wouldn't necessarily expect everything to be there for a vertical slice, but you are basically trying to show what a bit of your final game might look like. So,
And given how easy it can be to just
just
Google
put
like Creative Commons chiptune and then just slap that in the background.
So I think it does have it is properly top and tailed. It has a menu. It has an outro screen.
Yep.
As you said, the graphics are clean and effective. They work for the puzzling, but it has a feel of a prototype to me rather than a proper vertical slice.
Yeah, agreed.
So it is just lacking that bit of polish.
That goal at the top left would be nice if it looked a little bit more goaly.
Put a little flag on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a satisfactory would be workable, effective, but some inconsistencies. A pass would be flawed, simplistic, or many inconsistent elements. And I would say that it is leaning for me towards a pass.
Yeah, it's not necessarily inconsistent, but it is simplistic.
It's just the simplicity of it.
And again, this isn't the graphics are simple, therefore it's too simple. It's that like you say, there's a lack of polish, a lack of drawing all of these things together.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe between the pass and satisfactory, or
yeah,
do you think
I think so. I think it's definitely workable.
Like,
so that's the satisfactory level, but I just think the simplicity drops it down a little bit.
like for me, if it didn't have a title screen and a finish screen, it would
then it'd be
obviously be pass or below, whereas that ties it together a little bit nicer. Meaningful play.
Right, let's have a little go again.
So-
So do we know what we're doing now? Oh, hang on, do I need to?
I'll go down a bit.
There we go.
So like I said before, right? Oh right, you go there and I'll go here, and then
there's definitely meaningful play.
And it's very important, and it's very clear that what they've done forces the players to collaborate, right?
Yeah.
The level design would be rubbish if I could do it by myself or Dave could do it by himself, and we have a couple of these points where it's super important that, in this case, I go up and sit on top of Dave, because getting up there specifically is a thing that is hard to do without it.
Although my jump has failed again, so interestingly, when I fail, if I half fall off the platform and then come back on again, it triggers again.
I don't know if this is a result of just the character control that they've implemented, but there is something with that. It is touching ground flag that seems to be off.
Yeah.
So if you reset it, it seems to.
And I need you to the left here.
I need to.
Look at that team.
Yeah, look at that. So, and now we figured it out. It's much more straightforward.
Nice.
So yes, I would say that the actual experience of this one level is, I would put it at the kind of the engaging level at least.
Yeah.
And you might even argue that it's a fun experience, right? I mean, I'm feeling like, it's a shame there's not another level we can get into.
But
the problem is, if you look at the criteria, this also talks about the number of mechanics and the usability of the controls, right?
That's exactly what I was
And
going to
I
say.
think if you were presenting this to me as a vertical slice to say, look, this is a game I want you to help me make or invest in,
or to invest in, yeah.
I'd be like, this is great, but where's the things, the hooks that are going to show me that it could be a full game? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what's missing. So, I mean, Satisfactory would be a simpler game with fewer mechanics, usable controls.
And
that feels to me like where it ended up. Past would be a simple game with few mechanics and awkward controls. And I would say there is some awkwardness to the controls.
That is true.
So I think the controls are pulling it down a little bit. The actual experience is pushing it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And probably on balance it therefore ends up at the satisfactory level.
So I think when we talk about multiplayer, like you say, it's the mechanic. The mechanics are maybe sort of simple by itself. The reason it's fun is not because of the mechanics. The reason it's fun is because of the multiplayer. So let's have a chat about that.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah. In terms of minor bugs, by the way, we only saw one really, which is that there's no
jump.
if you fall off.
Oh, that was one.
Actually, no, you're right. So there's two, right? There's the jump. The jump stops working occasionally, and you have to kind of fiddle around to reset it. And then if either of you actually fall off the level, there's no
game over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about multiplayer. You're right.
I mean, so if I just jump right into the mark scheme and look at the good category, so we've got an experience that consistently allows for meaningful play between multiple players. I think it's kind of easily there.
Happy with that.
Excellent would be allows challenging and enjoyable play for multiple players.
I think on that first playthrough, we certainly were engaged by the challenge of it. We went, I can't do this bit. Is it possible to do this bit? Oh, I see how it's possible. We work together.
Yeah.
Which feels like there's definitely some elements where that's present. It might be limited by the scope that in a single level we've got one or two little examples of that. But there's certainly some evidence.
I think that's what worries me is just the scope is very small.
Like overall, the design, like you say, there's not a lot of mechanics in it. I do like the way that they have thought about the mechanics that they have implemented. So the fact that they've made it asymmetric and they've designed the level around that and made sure that both players get to do a thing to help the other player as well. Like there were bits where Dan had to help Dave, bits where Dave had to help Dan.
And it's not obvious, right? You have to figure it out and plan all the way
communicate between you, and that's one of the main strengths of co-op play.
But this is more of a vertical sliver than a vertical slice, right? And again, it's like, okay, so did it allow challenging, enjoyable play for multiple players? Well, it did for a very brief moment, right? So for me, I certainly wouldn't have it any higher than excellent. I personally feel it probably sits at the good.
I think it probably sits at the good as well. I think it's that the actual design of it really does showcase that they have understood, what is it about a multiplayer game that makes it fun. But you're right, there's not enough mechanics to really showcase and highlight something.
Yeah. Or to show a kind of evolving relationship between the players and their capabilities, or all of that kind of stuff is just left sort of hanging. And you'd want to. You wouldn't necessarily want to show like a whole arc, because that's the whole point of a vertical slice. But you might want to show a little bit of progression. So on this level, this is the relationship. And on this second level, now there's some other aspect to that relationship that becomes useful. And between the two of them, that then shows you the capacity to have interesting play that changes and evolves over a potential course. Even if in the final game it would have 10 different things that change, and in your vertical slice it only has one. But it feels like that's kind of that. I would have expected that to get to the excellent level. Yeah. But that said, I think it does merit a good.
Yeah. And
it sounds like I'm being critical.
It's still good.
But I really do think that level works extremely well, and they thought very carefully about it.
It's always a good sign when we go quiet, because that's Dave and I tapping away at the keyboard, focusing our attention on the game.
Yeah. So my next question
this is the problem.
Is what is the other thing that they've done? So they were supposed to do AI, multiplayer, procedural generation, any two of those.
So they mentioned in their game notes they wanted to have procedural generation, and just unfortunately they couldn't get it working. So they've discussed a plan for what they would do, but they haven't actually managed to implement it.
Oh, okay.
And for a game like this, I can kind of see why that would be particularly tricky, because the elements that we've just
really
praised
hard.
them for having moments where you each have to work together and then do it the same way, a different way, is really hard to procedurally generate.
Yeah, it doesn't fit well at all, does it? Puzzle games are very, very difficult to procedurally generate. If you're doing moment to moment action, you can get away with it.
Yeah, I suppose for this game, if they were going to try and finish the procedural generation element, they'd have to use the fact that this is about going up and essentially make lots of small slices where you handcraft each of the slices, and once you've got through that slice, you generate the next slice on top of it, and then you generate the next slice on top of it, almost pulling from a library.
Which wouldn't be the most interesting kind of procedural generation, but it would be a clear example of having
like you said, like when you're doing it's a tile based, you're doing a screen brush, you could even break it up and say the screen's in quadrants, and there's 4 tiles that you pick, and what we're going to do is we're going to design 20 tiles, and it will randomly pick from there, and it will give it to you. But like you said, it's not and you could couple that with perhaps some aesthetic generation which changes the way it looks, so you progress through different types of places, and that sort of gives you a different experience.
When you get higher, it starts being snowy.
And you can kind of you could rate the tiles based on how challenging they are, and they're more likely to appear. So you could do it.
It's doable, but
But ultimately, it feels like it's an awful lot of effort that actually would be better spent in just designing 20 really good levels.
Which is
for the final game, not for this slice.
So
so
unfortunately, that makes me think we kind of have to mark it as absent. I'm almost inclined to give it a notch above that, purely because in their game notes they have talked about some.
I think so. I think that's reasonable to put it between absent and poor. But I think the poor level requires there be some procedural generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and it is a little bit of a shame they didn't put just some actual implementation, even if it was just we're going to change the look and feel of the thing to try and make it look different every time, because then we could have given them a little bit more credit.
And for the sake of the coursework, you could just randomly throw blocks on the screen halfway up, with handcraft the first half, randomly generate the second half. It wouldn't have scored well, but it would have scored a little bit.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame because it feels like a game with so much potential.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
So pillars.
Yeah, this is interesting. What did they go for?
First pillar was asymmetric co-op platforming, which is.
It's a true description of the game.
It's a description of it. It's not an evocative description.
No, this has come up in some of the other ones, right? And in fairness to them, in the industry, it's not uncommon for people to have design pillars which are just like that, just really vanilla, kind of like it's a fast FPS. It's like okay, great.
I guess that's, like Steam tags is not design pillars, right? Like this is exactly what you would search for if you wanted this type of game.
Point.
But it's not the thing that differentiates your game from a different asymmetric co-op.
So, for example, what was the pillar again?
Asymmetric co-op platforming.
So I think that you kind of. I'm trying to think what's the sort of ways that you'd actually enrich that.
Yeah, maybe you'd call it help your buddy, carry your buddy. This sort of emotive way of expressing it.
I was thinking things like helping hand. That doesn't quite work here because you're slimes and
you don't have hands.
But something like climbing on the backs of each other or something. There's something about climbing up each other, kind of using each other as the mechanism for ascension. Right,
you are the platform.
You are the platform. In fact, you are the platform is a perfectly good one.
Yeah.
Right. So and then it gives it its own little flavour, and it becomes a lot more evocative, and then it also makes you say, okay, well, if you are the platform, what are the other mechanics we could bring in that?
That's exactly what I was thinking. As soon as I said that, I was like, oh yeah, because then you could use each other like as a trampoline, and because you're slime, so you bounce, and then that immediately makes you start thinking.
Yeah, you can have a power up that makes you go all wobbly, and then the other one could use you to bounce. Yeah,
I was thinking you need the other player to bring you that power up,
and immediately it unlocks a lot of stuff because immediately you can go to like 1,000 platform games, and instead of looking at the player's mechanics, you can say what are the level elements do. And then they become your player mechanics, and then you're a really interesting game.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's a prime example of a missed opportunity.
So perhaps a not very descriptive pillar, but in terms of implementing it,
certainly well implemented.
Absolutely, that the game.
It's there. Yeah. It's just not a great.
Second one, loot versus speed.
I don't think we've seen that anywhere.
No, that's totally...
I don't think we even have a timer on screen.
I am guessing that what they did is put that together at the beginning and then didn't implement it.
So they do talk about their plans for how they would implement it, so power-ups and bonus points scattered throughout the level, and then also having a timer that runs down. Weirdly, I'm not sure that would have actually served...
No,
so I think not including it, whether it was a result of design decision or just time constraints, probably made the game better.
Yeah, this is a puzzle game. Broadly, the satisfaction comes from having thought through cleverly how to get through the puzzle, not from being rewarded for doing the obvious thing as fast as possible.
I mean, you can bring it into a puzzle game, right? So you can have multiple routes through the level where it's faster, you're building in speedrunning, right?
Yeah.
As part of the puzzle. But it just makes it harder. Collectibles is the way to do it, really, isn't it? Normally, you kind of have
your stars.
Your stars. Got to get your 3 stars.
It's always stars.
It's always stars.
But so that one not manifested in the game, but they do talk about why that was, or what they would have done for it. And then third one, treacherous mountain path. Now that suddenly more evocative.
Yes,
but not necessarily carried through in the design.
Yeah, you can see it there, but again, this is. So the pillars don't just inform play, right? They inform the aesthetic.
Yes.
This, what we're looking at now, right? The title screen. This is great. Why isn't this aesthetic in the game?
So they do mention that as well. So time constraints, because it's always time constraints. But so they say a lot of the sprites to give the game that mountainous look weren't able to be implemented. So that pillar is only manifested in the design of the level itself, which.
I mean, at least they've recognised it.
That's the thing. They've recognised. I feel like finding a sprite that looks a bit more rocky wouldn't be that hard, but
no.
But to be fair, if they've had,
and I just think even the colour palette, right? So look at the colour palette here.
Yeah.
Right. So why isn't the background blue and the brown bit the greys of the mountain? Right.
Yeah.
Or even a brown bit with a white block on the top to show the snow.
So there are definitely ways around it, but again, they have recognised it, and as far as the pillars go, that is definitely the most evocative of them.
And I would say treacherous does come across in the gameplay, even if it comes through slightly less in the aesthetics.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if we do look back at the go to the level again, this first block, necessarily what happens is Dave is jumping through a massive pit that he will fall into, and I'm carefully trying to move at exactly the right pace so that he doesn't fall to his doom. And that's quite treacherous.
But again, Right, okay. Imagine that you just move this level up, right? So that what we start with is like the bottom third of this screen is the top third, and below is just emptiness.
Yeah.
Right? And now what you're doing is you're like, now I feel like I'm moving over a pit. Right? When we first played this, I didn't even know it was a pit. I just thought, oh, there's different coloured rectangles, and I just ran straight onto it. Right?
Yeah.
So I think again, it's just the emphasis has to be on the aesthetics. It should, and it's not just the look. It's also how you present it, the way you set it. Right? Show the drop, show the void. Right? So okay, so is it the 3 pillars?
3 pillars.
So we've got one that is being done, but is not very evocative.
Correct.
We've got one that's a misfire.
Yep.
And we've got one which is evocative, but has not been done particularly well. It's there in the behaviour. It's half done.
Yeah.
Right.
A satisfactory is 3 pillars. Describes their implication. Mostly supports the proposed pillars. This is insufficient pillars, don't properly describe the implications, or the game only partially supports the proposed pillars.
Feels like that's the better description to me.
It kind of does, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and as I said,
to be fair, they have described all of those pillars well.
I was going to say it feels a shame because it feels like they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
right?
so I would maybe put it halfway between the two, because even the one that they've not implemented, they've talked about how they would implement it if they had kept that.
Yeah. Takes us to feedback. So what did they say? What was the feedback they received?
Feedback. Both players be able to do the same thing to help each other. Such as the usual co-op thing of you've both got to press a button at the same time.
Yeah.
Gives them different abilities to promote teamwork. So this got turned into one of the design pillars.
Yeah.
That leads to one character being good at jumping, one being good at climbing.
Yeah.
Implement power-ups alongside bonus points. However, this didn't get implemented.
Yeah. Okay. And it would give you that mechanic, and it would show that switch up in gameplay that you need to demonstrate. So, okay. Two good bits of feedback. One of which they just didn't have time.
Yeah.
The other one they've done and done well.
I was going to say, it is the thing that we have praised them most on. So.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So we've got one which is probably the second one is poor, right? Feedback was not addressed.
Yeah.
And the other one though is probably
at least above the good.
Probably a minimum of a good, might even be an excellent, interpreted and addressed. I think probably is there. So that's kind of wild. So that would put them somewhere in the middle, so somewhere around a satisfactory again. Maybe if we wanted to reward them for the really good interpretation of the one piece, we could nudge it up a bit.
So what I would say is, as far as feedback goes, it feels like the one thing they've acted on really well.
Yeah.
It's a shame they didn't get a chance. Well, not didn't get a chance. Didn't get more feedback.
Yeah.
If they'd have asked for more feedback, they would have got more feedback. They would have had more stuff to act on.
Yeah.
But as it is, I think maybe between a satisfactory and a good seems.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think it's worth. I think it is worth rewarding them for how well they have done the first piece of feedback.
Which brings us to the end of this game. So let's move on to the next. So this game is Duality. It's just me and Dan for this one.
Okay.
Going right into things.
Yep.
We've got a cool robot and an empty room.
So we've got mouse to look around and WASD. I don't think.
You did something.
Okay, right click turns the world into purple mode, and back again.
Alright, so we've got green and red.
Is this going to be like an interesting colour puzzle or something, where I can only see certain things when I'm using purple vision or night vision or something?
You kind of, although having spoken to the dev during the development, it's not colour based.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if
a puzzle of some other kind.
Yeah.
I should keep flicking back and forth in case there's like something scribbled on the walls. Oh, right. Okay. This is. So there's a pillar there. Presumably, I can crash into the pillar. I can crash into the pillar, and if I change into the other thing,
it's sort of disassembled.
Okay. So it's not like I'm seeing the world, but with two different kinds of vision. It's that I'm seeing two different worlds, or the world in two different states, or something.
Moving back and forth in time.
Right, okay. So
Apparently
this is...
utopia to dystopia. I'm not necessarily getting strictly different vibes from those, but one is a bit cleaner and one is a little bit...
Yeah. Now, the interesting question, I guess, is, was the world good and fell apart, or was the world bad and got put back together?
Maybe that's the
question.
to us to decide. The question, well, I guess the main question is,
yes.
how are we getting by that laser beam barrier?
Yeah. So this machine can throw me in the air.
Oh, okay, it's not a pillar, it's a conveyor belt.
It's conveyor belts all around, so I can like run and then
Ooh.
hit the wall.
Okay,
Oh,
and you've got some jump pads or something.
I've discovered some platforms, so this is presumably my way across that thing. I should also have a look in... Oh, okay. The panels don't exist in the future. Let's call this the future. We'll assume things go bad, because I'm a pessimist. We go up here and land on... Oh, about... I haven't just discovered a jump button, so I will just fall down if I go forward. I'm going to mash some keys, and it's not space, it's not control or shift. Oh. Just go for it. Go for it! No.
Let's try jumping while we're on the ground.
This would be the obvious. So... we might not be able to jump, in which case I'm relying on the... I can bounce the sort of first time, so I just have to really go for it.
Maybe.
I'm just going to check whether I've got like a dash or something. I don't think that shift move is any different to regular move.
No,
Control move doesn't seem... Oh, you must exit play mode to save this...
Oh, you press Control S.
Yep. Control S. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to run at this thing and see what happens. Run at it. Go in the air. I didn't go very...
go as high that time.
Right, okay. So there's a timings thing. I need to stand next to the conveyor belt and get conveyed, and then once I've been conveyed, I need to go forward and bounce and go forward. I live!
So what if you switch back to... Okay, so no point switching.
One was entirely in the present, in the past. Default assume green is health and red is stamina, ammo? I mean, neither of these things have been consumed yet.
So I thought the same thing, although my default assumption was red is health and green is stamina.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about us.
Yeah. Part of me wants to run into the barrier and see which one we lose, but I think...
Point, actually. We could try it.
Yeah, sure. We'll deliberately take some damage and find out. Okay.
No, you were right.
Green is in fact health. There we go.
So what is... Oh, I think I know what red is, but that's because I have to...
A bit more of the same and see... Oh, no, I did not stay next to the conveyor belt enough. Let's try again.
So this in more depth in a second.
No, I hit my head.
How are you finding the controls in there?
They're not too bad. Their standard layout, fairly intuitive. I think the mouse sensitivity is a little bit low, but that's the problem. The field of view is a little bit tight for a game where most of what I'm doing is looking around and trying to see all parts of a room.
I was going to say, I do keep looking over and you're craning your neck as if to look around the robot that is taking up most of the screen.
But is kind of a little bit too prominent for solving. What I think I have to do here is stand in the elevator, switch to the future so that the platform doesn't exist. Once I've gone past the platform, switch to the past so that the platform exists again and I land on it. That's what I'm going to try. Oh. Oop. Now I've attached myself to the ceiling. Well, oh. I don't know if this is intentional, but I'm going to do that.
I'm going to assume it's not.
Yeah. I think our head is probably inside the ceiling. Was there a... There's not a crouch or something. I can't actively... If I fall a little bit and then...
No, I think you're stuck to the ceiling right now.
Haha. You know what? I'm going to see if I can cheese it.
Well, yeah, it'll get you over the lasers, but I don't think it's going to get you through the door.
Can I cheese my way through? No, I can't get through there either. Might have to reset this.
Is escape going to give us a pause menu, or are we going to have to...
I think it's going to be a hard reset. Okay.
So the benefit is, in theory, this is a procedural generation game. That was one of the things we asked them to do. Maybe we'll see a different puzzle.
Yep.
We are having to play this in the Unity editor itself, because unfortunately they didn't supply a build with this. So, a little bit of time to...
We can see in the background that there's a "you died" screen, so we can test that at some point. Probably by accidentally dying, but we've got a plan for how to die. Okay.
Okie doke.
Right, back to where we started. I think this is just the default start room.
Makes sense.
Have a corridor, learn the controls. This is definitely a different room.
Alright.
Okay.
This, I mean, knowing the controls would still be nice, but this feels like a more... a better introduction to the puzzle.
You're
going to have to left click into the ball.
Yeah, there we go. Right. Need to make sure that my mouse is inside the Unity window when I'm doing my time traveling. I like this particular puzzle, particularly as a first puzzle, because it invites you to learn about this time travel thing and won't let you proceed until you have done so.
That looks like a turret.
I agree. Either it's going to be a bad thing for me, or it's going to be a good thing for me.
Hang on. Good thing for you.
It's a good thing for me.
It's a water turret.
Okay.
Fire water
So
turret.
presumably, I pointed at this wall that I would like to go through, and then I...
Oh, and then millions of years later, it will have eroded its way.
Nice. Presumably if I... Oh, yes.
Yeah, because you stopped it in the past. You were right. The future is horrible.
Brilliant. Okay.
I kind of like that. That's a nifty...
Yeah, I like that puzzle.
Maybe could have done with a bit more like signpost. Like, remember, we only know... It'd be nice if some of that was conveyed a little bit more through some of the design. Okay, so presumably here we've got some overgrowth.
Yeah.
If we go back to the... No, never mind.
I can go through it.
Say, if we go back to the... Yeah. I suspect you're not meant to be able to get through that, but never mind.
Do you think I need to water that as well, or can I set it on fire?
I think brick wall and this in the future barrier.
So I should stand here, I should go to this time,
exactly.
then I should go past the barrier, and then the barrier can come back again.
There's a hole.
There is a pit.
You want to jump in the hole?
There is a thing that I can land on. I mean, that wall looks kind of scary.
Do you want,
so
do you want bright red, or do you want...
I'm going to... No, this is just a...
it's just a wall.
Thou shalt not pass. And in this time, it is also about... There is actually
There's
scenery
stuff
behind
there,
it.
So
I think we need to go down the pit and then keep travelling. Now, I don't want to go down the pit in its current state, and I'm willing to go down the pit in this state. Success.
So a little bit... So again, I think those leaves are supposed to stop you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to switch halfway.
But like that.
But yeah, given that, like the camera angles and things like that, the fact you can't look down the pit is a little bit iffy.
Well, I could see the lasers, which was the most important bit, but it would have been nicer to have a little bit more visual. Now, is this just the outro of this level? No, there's more level. Okay, so this right okay. I am now out of health.
Launched into lasers.
Okay, cool. I understand what I was trying to do there. I just didn't execute it. And that's quite nice. It restarts us at a place where we would like to restart. So clearly the plan here is jump on the conveyor belt and then switch into the right time as we go. Nope, I timed that wrong. Luckily, because of the checkpoints, we can do this as many times as it takes for you guys to watch me actually succeed.
It's interesting that the blue lasers persist.
Oh. Okay, I got past the red lasers.
I don't know how you...
Have another look. There's nothing I can do to get rid of the blue lasers, and I'm pretty sure I can't move these conveyor belts around or something. So I think it really is just a timing skill issue. We will see. Presumably, if I get rid of the conveyor belts too soon, I don't get thrown far.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah,
So, I'm going to pay attention to the fact that the edge of the conveyor belt is roughly there on the wall, and I'm going to try and do this thing sideways.
You accelerate very, very fast. It's quite difficult to pinpoint time.
Buckle in, people. This is going to be the rest of the recording.
It's alright, we can always quit and get a different...
This is true.
See, like, this is the thing. This feels like it's not outside of your control, but it's not obvious that you're just getting the jump.
If I look at my feet, then I can see where the end of the conveyor is.
The conveyor, you want to do it just before you hit the red thing.
That's true. Okay. In that case, I guess I look at the red thing. I'm not even getting halfway here. I might choose the other option on the end screen.
It is interesting that you were you almost made it, and then you're getting stuck halfway.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like you're doing much different.
Interestingly, the quit button doesn't work, so I am obliged to keep going unless we actually hard reset it. Notably, I feel a little bit like I'm hitting my head on the ceiling, and that's causing me to lose speed and then fall into the floor. Certainly go down rapidly, and I don't know if that's because I hit my head or because,
as we all know, that's what happens when you travel through time.
Yeah. Shall we kill it and try again so that we see?
Let's get a new puzzle.
We would like to see a diversity of puzzles from the procedural generation anyway, so that's going to be my excuse, and definitely not because I couldn't complete that puzzle.
Alright, let's, while this is loading, I guess let's start talking about some of the mark script. So, first off, presentation. What do you think?
Quite nice, yeah. Quite consistent across the board.
Information design?
There's not very much information. Now, the question is that because it's not well communicated, or because there just isn't very much that they need to tell us?
Yeah, so we've got Furious red bar that I think I know what it is.
Time travel juice, maybe? Oh.
What?
Here again. I'll give it another go.
As soon as you get on the conveyor.
I'll try again. I was wondering about trying to clip my head into the ceiling and cheese my way across there, like we saw before, but...
The fact that the death animation with a lot of, like, instant death puzzles, where...
No, I got less far there. So I think I need to be on the conveyor belt for as long as possible. I'm going to take a run up. I'm going to get my own speed in addition to the conveyor belt speed. This might be enough to get across.
That's a good idea.
No.
It doesn't seem to have any sound, which is a bit of a shame.
That is a shame.
Graphically, together, relatively obvious what the turret was. We sort of put together that, okay, water gun plus brick wall plus time. Again, we only know we're travelling through time because we've spoken about it and because it's written in the game notes. The graphics are put together quite nicely. They all tie together quite well. Again, like for signposting that you're travelling through time, maybe they could have done more with making the building look more different.
I think what's happened here is that when you restart, it doesn't regenerate a new seed. It keeps whatever the state of the game was from last time.
No, it can't, because
We've seen the same thing on 2 resets.
Well, that's perfectly possible with randomness, right?
Okay. I'm going to keep re-rolling until I luck into something that I can succeed at.
I always say in these kinds of things, it's very easy just to have a looping techno track in the background, or like an oof.
Particularly for a game that has this sort of genre. This really feels like classic, I don't know, GameCube or something, thing where you have kind of almost annoying, obtuse music that gives it some of its vibe. would have been a simple thing.
So I feel
Oh, we do have a new puzzle.
there we go.
Wonderful.
So I almost feel like, the graphics alone are the lack of sound. I wonder if that drags this down to a pack.
Yeah,
So
I think
flawed,
you're right.
simplistic, or many inconsistent elements. Missing sound, which is a pretty key.
Yeah. I'm looking in the future. These lasers are glitching, and I don't know if that's a weird visual artifact or if that's intentional. I can't tell. If we're looking at the platform in the future, is that just because the platform has decayed and we're looking through it? I think is
No,
what.
I think they're. Let's not.
Yeah.
Hollow platform, bad platform.
Yeah.
The question is, what's the?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
now I can jump with space.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't true earlier, but it is true now, so I'm going to use it now.
What a wonderful time to talk about controls and bugs.
Yes.
Oh, maybe you needed to jump when you hit the end of the conveyor belt with the other one.
Probably. If we see it again, we will certainly try.
So now you're going to have to jump and switch. So
Jump and change time.
So kind of a
Jump
nice
and change time. Yeah.
incremental increase in like the difficulty of. It was the first one you saw in this room.
Yeah.
We'll get onto that in a second, but
Ugh.
so we've already talked.
I have been catapulted into the wall, and I'm probably now stuck in the wall.
But yeah, this is the thing, right? We've found like there are some challenges if we're we calling the perhaps poor use of camera an information design problem or a control problem. I would probably call it a control.
Slightly, yeah.
So in terms of the controls by themselves, would you say oh, and I guess also meaningful play. That's probably an important thing to consider. So the mechanics that are involved. Now mechanically, we've got a few different things. We've got lasers, time. We've got puzzles involving setting something up in the past to affect the future. We haven't seen any really complex examples of that. It's kind of always just been there's a thing next to this wall, press the button, and then switch time. So there's not a lot of complexity there. And maybe that's just because of the procedural generation, we're not seeing that complexity. There's also a chunk of the game that we haven't seen yet. In fact, I'll spoil the surprise.
Okay.
I suspect that red health bar is your enemy's health bar.
Oh.
After you've done enough puzzle rooms, you. So there are some additional mechanics.
Is
there.
that an enemy? No, that's a fruit. I'm playing Pac-Man now. I can't get to it, but there is fruit available.
Okay, interesting. A little bit of.
And a pile of sawdust.
So is this puzzle or is this narrative? Can't really tell. You can't get to it in either case.
No.
So let's.
Likewise, over there,
Yeah.
I can't get to. Unless something that I do
And otherwise,
somewhere in
this
this
looks
level.
suspiciously like the puzzle that we saw before.
Yeah. So, interesting that there's a conveyor belt getting me back. I'm wondering if I go over there, I get a key
I
to put in a lock or something.
Let's try and see what
Right.
happens.
I do have jumping at the moment, so I'm going to do what you suggested and go across the big gap by running and jumping.
Yeah,
Success. No, not success.
Almost success.
Plausible route forward. I will try again, and I will do better this time.
So, satisfactory would be playable. It's a simpler game with fewer mechanics, usable controls, and some minor bugs.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a lot of ways it's better than that. It's reasonably complex. They've got a number of different puzzle elements, some of which we haven't actually seen yet. So we'll visit that as we see them as we go.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is it seems to have quite a few bugs.
It's quite buggy. It feels almost frustrating in the amount of...
Tree
pick up
seed.
tree seed.
Okay. You put the tree seed in the dirt.
Which
go into
presumably...
the future, a thing happens.
Yeah.
Again,
which,
as a mechanic, I like it.
that's cute, and it
But
blocks the laser.
But it is very much, yes, press E to continue.
Yeah. Because the game is very clearly about going forward and backwards in time, whatever your interaction is always going to be solved by going forward and back in time. It's narratively quite satisfying, but as a puzzle, it means that it's lots of different ways of dressing up the same mechanics. Now, interestingly, I very clearly want to plant a seed here,
So there's some seeds back there. Oh no, have we soft locked ourselves?
Yeah.
Because actually we
So
had to go and...
the thing I have to do is I need to use the first seed to recover 2 more seeds.
Well, hush my mouth. You actually have to think about things.
Right, time for me to die. Like so.
Alright, so... and play, like, engaging would be, reasonably complex game, multiple mechanics, smooth controls.
Oh. This is going to be frustrating because the gap is exactly at the you must do it perfectly size, which means that I only get across some of the time. There we go. And when I do, I'm going to have to do it again and again. Let's see how that works.
So there's this
I'm only going to be able to get 1 more seed. In fact, I'm not going to be able to get 1 more seed, am I? Because I go back, I use up a seed to get another seed, which means that there's no point coming back here to plant a seed to gain a seed in either of these cases. There would need to be 2 seeds in these buckets for it to be net positive.
Maybe there is. Maybe like those seeds count as 2. I don't know. We'll find out.
I mean, maybe even the seed that I had before counts as 2 or something. We didn't test.
That's true, although it does...
It looks like 1, so I assumed it was 1.
Maybe it's maybe once you've got a seed, you've got infinite seeds. Although that feels like it would defeat this puzzle a little bit.
Yeah.
Nope. Alright, so I'm going to mark this down as a satisfactory. I think mechanically it's stronger than that. Buggy, it's weaker than that. So I think they average
Yeah.
to that. Procedural generation. Obviously, we can see that. AI, I'm actually a little bit unsure whether we're going to be in the state where we can talk about that. So we might have to cross that bridge when we get to it. What do you think about the procedural generation here?
So, I find it nice that there are multiple levels, obviously. I find it nice that because there's procedural generation, when you do restart, you don't feel like you have to just retread the same 3 starting rooms that are dull and boring because you know the solution already. Of course, I'm pretty frustrated about the fact that several of these puzzles are right on the breaking point between being physically possible and not being physically possible. Right, this is what, my maybe 8th attempt at that jump, and I didn't feel like I was doing much differently. It wasn't, in my opinion, like I had done more skill on that final run. So take the tree seed.
Okay.
So the thing...
Okay, so you go back there, you plant the seed. In the future, the tree grows. You use that to get a new seed,
and then I pick it up again
and just dig it back up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Right.
It does mean that I'm going to die a whole bunch of times trying to get this to work, but it is a functional puzzle. Aha! I live.
There we go.
Right. So now I very carefully, without walking into this thing, do that. I go to the future. I go it. Yeah. No.
See first.
No. The camera jumped around on me. There's the seed. I shall pick up the seed. Plant. No, I don't want to plant it. I think I picked it up and it didn't disappear.
Yeah.
I will go... Oh, now I am definitely locked.
Well, unless you...
When I picked up that... Oh, I think that... Right.
You picked up the...
Now, I want to be near this seed, please. This is the one I want to pick up.
There you go.
Right, okay. So now I go into the time when I can get past. Then I go to the time where I can get the seed again. And I hope... Seed already planted. Nope.
You're already holding one, so go back over there. Which means you're going to have to do this jump a bunch more.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is going to be bad. Okay. Inch towards the spot. Plant. Okay. Then I go and grab this one.
See, this is the thing. The puzzle itself.
It's a good puzzle.
It's a good puzzle.
If the controls and the difficulty were more amenable, I would be having actually fun, rather than the desperate, I really hope I don't mess this up now feeling. Yes! Okay.
but now you're going to have to do it 4 times.
Yeah. Get ready for this to be how this works.
Like, it does feel like this jump is really unnecessary to the puzzle. Like, this is a fine puzzle without...
Yeah. I have discovered that pressing and holding space does make me jump a little bit more.
Okay.
It's not dramatically different. It's not the difference between succeeding and failing. but it is like I'm slightly more reliably making this jump when I press and hold the jump now. Nope, and then I die.
So should we restart it and see a different puzzle?
Let's find a different puzzle.
At a certain point, we're going to need to get to the end of this level to see the AI.
Yeah, that was in fact my favourite puzzle from a puzzle design point of view. Just that jump was too difficult to make it reliably. That's the interesting thing about puzzles, right? Puzzle is you get the satisfaction when you are clever enough to know what the solution to the puzzle is. In this one, we got that satisfaction. We then had to execute it and couldn't execute it, which makes it frustrating, right? In this, you're kind of testing two different things. You're testing the timings of whether I can actually pull off the thing, and you're testing my intelligence as to whether or not I can figure out how to use the seeds that are there.
I guess the benefit of the fact of...
Yeah.
This is a familiar puzzle. Jump. Generating as a bunch of different puzzles and stringing them together. Do you think that makes this game better or worse? What?
Yeah, that's certainly. I've clipped into the roof. No, I have succeeded in. I'm going to live. That's the classic thing about procedurally generating puzzle levels, right?
You want to start off with easy puzzles and have them get harder.
Yeah.
And if you're just mixing them all together, it doesn't necessarily enhance play. Satisfactory would be straightforward procedural generation, incorporates some effective rules that enable meaningful play. Not actually sure that it has rules. So if I quickly have a look at their game notes, they hand in where they talk about this. Enforcing that it makes a playable space, so making sure all the rooms connect. Boss, you go into an elevator, it wipes them.
Platforming.
Is this going to be more fun? So, for example, making sure that a level finishes with a harder one than it starts.
There is a seed over there.
Yes.
And the place to plant the seed is here. This feels like a problem. I think that in order to get through these lasers, I need to get the seed. In order to get through the seed, I need to get through the lasers. What else is there in this room? I've got the two platforms that allow me to see this.
What if you turn around?
Is featureless.
What if you...
Yeah.
No, definitely nothing revealed behind you. You need to go back to a different room and get a seed? Do you still have a seed?
I don't think that a seed was generated anywhere in this run so far. There's one hiding in a box.
I would suspect these puzzles all look like they should be self-contained, right? So
yeah.
Let's go back, because there's probably that is a little bit broken.
So it's possible to climb these vines. Let's see. Well, there's vines here. Is it possible to climb them? No. Right. So, do you think I'm supposed to be able to climb the vines and can't, or do you think that? Because that would get me up, and up seems like a good thing.
I think it's got to be that.
So, they don't exist in the past, they do exist in the future. I clearly can't do anything now, so I must do it now. And the question is, how do I do it? Is there a special button that is the climb the vines button?
Well,
I'll start mashing buttons.
You start pressing buttons.
I pressed a button. That was E, I think. So, yes. Okay, magic new button.
So, we are now joined by Luca. Say hello, Luca.
Hi, hello. I'm another one of the demonstrators on the course, arriving embarrassingly late, but here we are.
That's okay. We're playing a puzzle game.
Excellent. We've got one of the fellows from Ultrakill here, V1?
Sure,
reference
I
that is
believe,
lost on me,
yeah,
so.
I believe that's the character model of the fellow you're playing.
Ah, see, this is
Okay.
why we need you around.
So, I have successfully extracted a seed from over here. I think I'm going to deliberately fall down now. If I do, I might not be where I want to be, but we'll see.
That's some lasers.
Um,
It's interesting that it said, press E to plant seed,
okay.
but it didn't say press E to climb.
Yeah.
So, again, sort of going back to the information design. But puzzle-wise,
Right.
or
Going-
procedure generation-wise. So, satisfactory, straightforward procedure generation incorporates some effective rules that enable meaningful play. Enabling play, I'm not sure it has the rules to enable. Well, we are playing. It is allowing us to play the game. But
Yeah.
I think it's enhancing play. In some ways, I think it might be making it worse because a lot of the time we've been getting harder puzzles, and then I'm inclined to maybe put it between.
Through here. Now I can go and plant my seed in this bit. Yes, I can only plant seeds in the past. That makes sense. Then I can go to the future. This is a different tree, which is nice. The tree that is the right shape to block the thing that I want to block.
Of course.
I'm not only a planter of seeds, I'm a curator of... Do you think I can jump on the tree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice.
Okay, now I have a seed again. Now the question is, what do I actually do with it? I think I must go back upstairs, because upstairs is where the rest of the level is, so I'm going to go upstairs.
To bring up the scene view, and we're going to see if we can
Yeah.
clip through some of this to...
Cheat our way to the end. Right, okay.
To see more content.
So, there's that one, and... No, that's nice. The same tree from before fixed
Okay,
two different problems.
That's a nice
That's
puzzle.
I like that puzzle. That is good.
This
Of
one-
course, it relies on us knowing the
Is
timing
this
thing.
the same puzzle again.
It might be.
Do I reevaluate what I was saying about the... No, Yeah, I think that's fine. It's still playable, but it is kind of...
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait.
No, that's the same.
Oh no, yeah. This isn't a tree that you've already played.
This is the
Just-
starting configuration of.
Okay, it's just... So yeah, this kind of highlights exactly what I was saying, right? It's... And seeing the same puzzle twice in a row.
Yeah.
So the next thing is AI. So we'll see if we can get to the AI. I think actually we might jump on and talk about the design pillars while you're doing this.
Sounds good.
Although turn on no clip effectively.
Yeah.
Other games to see. Where are we? So pillars. So
Oh,
they
I
talk
did
about
that
their pillars. Pillar number 1, temporal platforming. Now, where pillars go? That's pretty evocative. I like it.
Yeah.
It gives you a sense of, okay, it's a platformer, but there's some shenanigans going on,
There's a twist.
and that is obviously very evident in sort of the core of their design. More evident, so we've already talked about it. To sort of enhance the fact that that's what's going on, because otherwise we might not have guessed, but as it is, that's okay. Pillar 2, planned decay / growth. Now, to me that overlaps quite a bit with the first pillar. And, a lot of the puzzles involve
Oh.
Which decay is there? Is it just that the tree or cactus is no longer there?
So there is a little bit.
Haha. Jumping is in fact the solution to the one where I couldn't go far enough.
Oh, there we go. You can spray water at a wall, for example, and in the future the walls crumble, so you can. Oh,
It's this one again.
Did you clip through the lasers though?
No, I just turned them on and off based on timing.
I see.
This is new. I'm going to have the coins because coins are nice.
cactus seeds.
That means I'm going to have the cactus seeds because cactus seeds are nice. and I can only carry one at a time, so I'm going to find somewhere to put the cactus seed, which is presumably in here.
Future.
Right.
Well,
Cactuses grow backwards in time, as we all know.
just like that film, Tenet.
Yes. Wonderful. So we're going to do a temporal pincer maneuver between trees and cacti at some point.
Yeah.
Is where I'm predicting. I don't know why I need to plant
I was going
cactuses.
to say, why are we planting cactuses?
I'm a gardener. I want to...
We've also got some turrets.
Oh, I should water the cactuses.
Wait, no, I feel like we must be going back in the past, right? These are all decayed in the future and the cactuses are growing.
Yes,
okay,
we
just turned ourselves around.
Yes, yeah, we got our things backwards.
So if we rotate,
right.
can we point it at a
That,
cactus?
I did not mean to open the console. Right.
Fire that
we'll
turret?
fire the water turret in the past. Like so. I don't know if I've actually targeted correctly. But
Yeah.
retarget, we'll go there.
How are you targeting the...
So it's, whenever I press R, it aligns with me.
Oh, okay.
Except, well...
I thought it was going in like sort of steps, but...
Like, if I'm, facing directly at the place I want to go, then I can do this.
Alright. But these things get destroyed in the...
Also seem to turn off when you walk away from them.
Oh.
Oh. Now it doesn't turn on. I think possibly they're close enough to each other that they're getting confused as to what I'm actually interacting with. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Curious if this is the boss room that they're describing, because we've got a number of different features all together.
You know what? I'm going to plant all the cacti first, in the assumption that planting cacti is either...
It's going to be important for some
yeah,
reason.
is productive in some fashion. Oh, there we go. I will be. There is a boss this time.
Okay, again. Another slightly game-breaking bug. So my assumption is you've got to defeat the boss by getting them to hurt themselves on a cactus, or possibly by squirting them with water.
Did they do damage to me? They do damage to me, so I'm going to try pressing E just in case I can hit them, but... Oh.
So they fell on the conveyor belt.
That's interesting. A way you can kind of like slow them down at least.
Well, the conveyor belt throws them at the wall, and I was hoping that they'd take damage on the lasers. But
They have two different movesets in the future.
Right.
They melee you, but also seem to run away.
Okay.
Interesting.
Being chased, I'm going to try and find some cactus seeds and set up the cactusing. We'll put a cactus here.
They've hurt themselves somehow.
Okay, I haven't made cactuses yet, so I think that they
fired themselves into a wall, perhaps. Do you reckon you can use...
I'll try that in a moment. I was hoping I was going to get him to path his way into the... Aha!
When they're in melee mode.
Yes. I have discovered how to defeat the enemy. Come at me.
Around, they go into ranged attack mode.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Ah.
Seen the AI. This is good. So let's go back to talk about that. It seemed a little bit buggy.
Yep.
It doesn't look like there is necessarily much intelligence in their actions. They've got either you're in past or future, so they'll attack you or range. But as far as pathing around the obstacle, obviously you're trying to trick them into damaging themselves this way. But it does feel like they're
Yeah, I'm wondering if I manage to plant all the cactuses, will it just walk into the things automatically?
In the design document, under the disruptive rival pillar, it says when in the dystopia, the rival is more calm and thought out using ranged attacks. Ranged fire to attack the player. Have you noticed anything in there like pathing or anything?
I think it's difficult to tell, mostly because there's been enough bugs around that I can't quite tell whether the behaviour of this thing is intentional, slightly strange, or is...
Oh, you just walked into it.
See,
We'll walk into the laser.
They
Have a cactus.
I was going to say they seem to back off when you're in the utopia.
I have a seed at the moment. Plant.
Playing against it, and obviously the mechanics are working, if perhaps a little bit buggy.
Yeah.
I can see where they were going for with trying to have two distinct personalities for depending on what time.
Yeah, it's a nice intention there.
But I don't think necessarily they pulled it off perfectly. Take a look at our mark scheme. This would be simple AI that permits play without hindrance. Wondering if it is kind of at the core, which is an overly simple AI, one that impedes enjoyable play.
Yeah.
Supposed to be sort of playing around, and the fact that
I can help it by shooting it with a water cannon.
Oh, there we go.
Let's do this. Maybe not.
You're going to have to rotate it a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah. Then try and use the water? No.
Yeah. Seeing this, I think we probably have to call it an overly simple.
There we go. I have blasted him into the wall, and we might actually see the what if you win situation.
Then we would do more puzzles.
Probably.
But so
Dream's play is an accurate description of what's going on, though.
I don't think it's hindering it that much. I think it's more that it's a simple AI.
Get cactused.
Alright, let's resume talking about the pillars. So you've already mentioned disruptive rival, which again, the intention behind it is there, and they're definitely trying to carry that design.
It's dead. Be dead.
Oh?
Be dead. Hey. Oh, okay.
Hey, you're supposed to be dead.
You're supposed to be dead now. Die in the future? No. Or do you run away?
Oh, okay.
Now he's done. No.
Uh-oh.
I think
he's back at it again.
No, come at me. I think we'll give up there.
In which case, do we revisit how buggy you mentioned this? I might come back to that later. But for now,
on the pillars.
Pillars. Yeah. So we've talked about the platforming, which is good. Plan, decay, and growth. Yeah, sure. It kind of overlaps with the temporal element of the platforming, so it doesn't necessarily tell us anything new. Third pillar, dystopia. Again, still kind of a lot of overlap with the...
It's thematically present, but what about it makes it a dystopia or a utopia gameplay-wise? Sure, there's more plants in the utopia, but I don't know. It doesn't come through as if it's a central portion of the game.
Yeah, I mean, all three of those first pillars feel very, very close in theme of. I mean, it's in the name of the game, right? Duality. There are two sides to every puzzle, and kind of that kind of works, but there's a lot of overlap between these and not a lot to distinguish them. And then the last one is disruptive rival, which again I can see where they were going for, but the fact that it's puzzle, boss fight at the end doesn't really serve that pillar particularly well, because it's sort of pushed to just one end of the game, and it doesn't necessarily fit the overall vibe of puzzle platformer.
I definitely felt like different skills were being tested. The puzzling bit was about being clever, and the boss fight bit was largely about precise moving around and pointing the cannon in the right place. it seemed a little bit strange that I stopped playing a puzzle game and I started playing a combat game. There were some of the same mechanics used insofar as, planting the cacti allows you to do damage by going forwards in time. But that's, if it were purely a puzzle game, you'd kind of expect one of these AIs that just sort of has phases. They go and mill around in this corner, and you make a cactus and it kills them. And then they mill around in this corner, and you make a cactus and it kills them. And then they mill around in this bit, and you keep just planting cacti with as much time as you need to figure out how to use the puzzle elements to solve the puzzle.
Yes. Would you say this mostly supports the proposed pillars, or would you say it partially supports the proposed pillars?
I think I would say mostly.
I think I would say mostly. It's touch and go, because those pillars are a lot of overlap between them, and in fact, maybe I would say as a result of that, it's partly between the two. Of three of the pillars very much describe the same. However, those three are supported actually really, really well. The rival AI maybe less so, and it's maybe pulling away at some of the strengths of the earlier one. So I think between the two, so between a pass and a satisfactory, which brings us to feedback.
The feedback here on the procedural generation use. Originally, procedural generation was going to be used to create puzzles and layouts of each individual room. However, feedback from the lab highlighted that this would be exceedingly difficult to do, as puzzles in each room would need to be solvable. Instead, procedural generation was used to generate the layout for each floor and the order of the rooms, as well as the boss room of each floor, which didn't use puzzles. So the placing of the cactus, or the cacti and the water guns, seemingly with procedural as well.
So I think that last line kind of reveals actually what our problem was. The boss room doesn't use puzzles, and it's a puzzle game. So, that bit feels like the change has maybe been, not been detrimental, but
slightly missed the mark of what the intention was behind the feedback.
Don't get me wrong. The fact that they made the decision not to try and procedurally generate these puzzles is probably a very good thing. That seems to
have been a great help.
Because it would have been very, very hard to have a procedural system that can generate a puzzle. Like this is a good puzzle once we figure out how to do that jump. The fact that the jump is there maybe actually undermines the puzzle slightly, but the actual having to figure out, the go through in the future and past to progress. Puzzles from a big list of puzzles. The curve, though, does end up feeling a little bit out of whack, particularly when you setting out to solve.
The gameplay difference of just having a level select screen with all of the different puzzle rooms available, and then having some sort of unlocking mechanics behind those in a more I've seen many puzzle games kind of give you that option to skip some steps.
Well, it's kind of what we were talking about when we looked at procedural generation directly, the levels were handcrafted in a particular order. The answer is probably yes.
Yeah.
So as a result, they have addressed the feedback, they have made some changes. I feel like they've had limited success though, which puts them sort of... It's SSCE Hackathon. I don't know what SSCE stands for.
Yeah, the mini game is figure out what those initials stand for.
I like the menu screen.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Got some good music, got some good...
Yeah. And it's got a how to play button, which is always promising. Let's see what that does. Game phases explained. Objects. Once the game is loaded in, players may join using the join button on the controller. Then both players may ready up to begin the planning phase. After both players are ready, both players may draw on the map to create a route to follow. This phase will end once the countdown reaches 0. Drawing the map, with the controller?
So we can see that in the bottom right, scribbling on a map.
Yeah.
Yeah, presumably with joystick and/or pressing some buttons.
We've got tabs at the top of the
yeah,
so
objects.
controls and...
So game, once the playing phase is over, traverse the map and complete objectives to score points. Okay, and then to complete your run, go to the goal room, the greenish room, and press the finish button. The sooner you end your run, the larger time bonus you receive. Keep in mind your So if we go to objects, here we go.
Ooh, this is a lot of information to take in.
It's a lot.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
Buffer
Oh, we started on game phase. Okay, so not good. Buffer, pick up the key first to access the terminal. Implant malware. Steal files, navigate firewall. I'm sure it will make sense when we get
There's collectibles. You get
There's
something
collectibles.
good when you collect collectibles.
It's too,
That sounds
much.
fine.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Is this competitive or cooperative?
No idea. Sure, it will become obvious.
I remember
Um,
hearing something about it being competitive,
Yeah.
so we'll see if that's true.
Right. Okay.
Controls.
So this is actually an Xbox controller, which is what we have. So move, join, finish, ready up. Oh, we've got jump, draw, interact. Yeah. Okay, we will
Okay.
do our best to
Yeah.
remember these controls.
Yeah,
right?
it
But
looks like a fairly
but
standard layout.
No promises for the first run. Okay, let's just go into it.
Okay.
Press start to join. Okay, that was start, wasn't it?
Yeah. Start is on the left. My controller
Is
isn't turning on at the moment. Is my controller plugged in?
There we go. Yeah.
Got yours.
Okay, here we go.
So
I think I pressed start to join.
I have also pressed start. I was hoping that the top left and top right swap from press start to you have now joined.
I don't know what the back. Is the background just like a loading screen, effectively?
I think
guess so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, embarrassingly, we don't appear to be able to press. Oh, hang on, I went in. Oh, it's the other one.
It's the other one.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
And
Press select when ready.
That's
which
right.
is
That's
presumably
the
one.
other one.
Yep,
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Ooh, that's a lot of stuff.
Right.
Oh, and we got a little drawing thing,
So you
and
can
then
draw, you've got
how do
30
we
seconds to draw.
how do we
Yep.
draw?
Hold B whilst moving around. So this is me doing spirals.
Is that a good idea?
At the moment,
Where do
I'm
we
just
start?
testing out the mechanics.
Where do we start? It says draw route. Like, what route from what to what?
Well, the
Whereabouts
green is
route?
the end point, but I
Yeah.
don't know where we spawn. And I
Where do we
assume we spawn in different places.
There's a lot of stuff going on the screen.
All right. Well, I'm gonna draw a route.
Like there are so many pickups and spinners and other
Oh,
spirals.
oh,
that I feel
oh,
like this background
there.
of stuff floating through is
Oh,
complicated.
I think it's happened. We're now in the moving phase.
Oh, there we go.
So now,
What's the route? Oh, you draw the route just
Yeah.
stays there as a guide.
But you started next to the goal.
yeah, we spawned next to the goal. I fell down a
Oh,
pit
no,
and
I
got
don't-
into the goal.
I don't think I've spawned in the goal.
If you fall down that pit, you will.
Oh, it's not. It's
We
not top down. This is.
No, this has got gravity. I'm trying to jump and I can't get out of the goal now.
Or maybe I just
What?
need to get in the goal. Okay.
Um,
I'm in the goal too.
You've got a dash. Oh, you don't show up very well against that background.
Yeah.
um,
Okay. And then
so I
we're-
think we have finished. I don't think we can collect any of the collectibles now because we have.
score is 0.
Oh, I can use the Unity wall glitch to get up the walls.
Oh yeah. There you go.
You've got
Eventually.
entry, so you're both on score 0 at the minute,
Yeah.
What?
and we've got a
Right.
clock
So
in
if
the
you
middle.
come,
Right, shall we-
hang on. If you jump on me,
We'll poke the collectible.
jump on top.
So I have confirmation that
You
this
jump
is,
on the wall and jump on me from the
Yeah,
wall.
I'm going to climb the wall.
This is competitive. So
Okay.
Oh, it's competitive.
yeah, you're not supposed to be helping each other.
Right, if you come back over here, can I jump on you
Yeah.
to get the...
I don't think you can jump. Oh, you can.
I'll fall on top of you, and then we'll slowly inch our way over, and I'll see what the
Interesting.
teleporter does.
Oh, so we've got our own individual score.
Ah!
No. Okay. And there's
Can we
the
get on
thing-
this platform?
No.
I feel like our jump needs to be much, much stronger for the size of rooms.
So maybe there was a thing that said where we would start on the map that we didn't spot.
I feel like your drawings, like I don't know if drawing a route is useful. I guess
Oh, I can...
I think
I
it
can't
would be
jump.
if you knew where you started.
I don't know if it would. Well, maybe. Like
Alright,
there's
it's
so
not
much
work.
going on the map that it's difficult to make a plan. I was going to say, could you like scribble over your opponent's map so they can't see what they're doing, but because it shows up for both.
It shows both of you. Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
So
I'm also not entirely sure. So is it not letting me finish because I don't have a score? Should we restart and see
Yeah,
if we?
let's see what we get
Can
on
we?
it.
Can we? Do we have a restart? Oh, score minus 1900 now.
oh what?
Oh, we have to press. You have to press the thing to finish. I think.
Oh, okay.
So if you come
Oh,
into
so-
the,
hang on. The timer is now at minus 30 seconds. and
So
going up.
you've decided to...
I finished,
You've decided to finish if I wall glitch climb.
and then
and do it again. But then I can also choose to finish.
Yeah, and then it's one of the mysterious buttons which is not labelled well.
Right, and I have chosen to finish that.
There we go.
Right, okay. So,
Aha!
time bonus,
So
I
I
got
beat
penalised
you
more.
because
yeah.
I
finished
finished first. Main
Okay.
menu.
So the timer, when the timer counts down to 0, it just keeps going down below 0.
So, yeah, just 0 is set at whenever the first player completes.
Yeah.
No?
No, it's...
Oh, okay.
Is it? Maybe it is.
Yeah,
I thought I was
think
saying
it
I was 30
yeah.
seconds after Dave with the timer starting whenever Dave...
Oh,
No,
we have to,
the-
we're back to mouse. Here we go.
So
Yeah.
the timer... So if you...
Right.
Well, if we
So-
jump in, we'll have a look. But I'm pretty sure
Right.
when you start, there's already a timer ticking down.
Okay.
So maybe you get positive points if you...
Yeah, there is a timer. There is a timer ticking.
So,
Right,
we can
where do
actually see where we
start?
spawn.
Oh, there you are.
We're here.
Oh, I
So
see.
we're down here, and I am going to
So
draw a route.
And you are starting on platforms, which does imply
There's
that
a
you're
route.
supposed to... Gravity is supposed to exist. That's not...
I'm going to be very helpful for Dave and send a little path over here and a little path
Yeah,
over here.
you-
And a little path over here
Okay, I mean, so there is...
and a little path over here.
Like, there is something to this
I,
mechanic.
I like the principle of this.
But I don't know if it works in practice, that's the thing.
Yeah.
so we could. Oh, we had other things we could do. Why have I got such a weak jump?
So this is, unfortunately, this game was not shown to us in the expo, so we have no way of knowing whether this is intentional.
Yeah.
Get off! Get off!
Which is the reason we hold the expo, and the reason that we want people to come along and show their game to us so they can tell us what it should look like.
Bad
Oh!
idea.
Ah! Right, the dash is in fact not a run forward, it's a teleport forward. You
Dash? What's dash?
can't... the X button allows you to, like, teleport across gaps.
Well, mine doesn't. I don't have my expert doesn't do anything.
Oh. Are you,
So all I can do is jump.
push in a direction with the control stick and tap X.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
You can't do it twice in the air, but this is a way of going up. Oh no, you can do it twice in the air. You can't do it 3 times. Unless
You can't dash
Hang
up.
on, you've got
back.
dashes here, so if you sit on the floor, how many does this go up to? 1, 2,
Right.
3.
Now,
Okay.
now it is possible to navigate.
See, I did something then. I'm not sure what it was. But the jump just seems so feeble.
This is a very interesting layout for this particular control scheme and mechanics. Like it reads to me like a top-down
Yeah.
rather than a... Like the fact that this screen on the left that we've got here, how are you supposed to get through, like...
How am I supposed to get up? It's
Yeah.
just weird. Like,
The fact that the clock is sort of beneath the split screen is also a little bit strange.
yeah. But these things flying up, do you think we can do anything with those?
I think...
Are those how we climb?
I just read them as decoration, but see if you can...
Yeah, I'm sort of
I
wondering whether...
found a key. I don't know what the
Can
key
we-
does, but I have found a
Can
key.
we interact with them? That'd be quite cool little mechanic. But I can't.
I think they're just decoration.
I think they are.
Alright, our timer is now ticking down below 0, so I guess
Yeah, I think
you're
I'm
gonna-
stuck. I don't think I can get out of here. Oh, you're the same, right?
Probably. I can't jump
What is
anymore.
the spinning purple thing above you?
I
That
think they're
doesn't do
just
anything.
platforms, but they're platforms that get wider and narrower.
Yeah.
That seems very punishing. Like the speed at which that is growing in
I mean, if you stand in the middle of it, you can stand on it always, because
okay.
it never has a 0 size. But I'm going to need to dash.
Oh, my life.
I have
Oh,
forgotten
hello.
where... Hello.
Yeah. See, we can't.
Do we
get
think
out.
we're in a soft lock?
I think we're in a soft lock unless we. If we jump out,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we can exit. To be honest, we might have to kill it and go back in. Let's have a look at the controls again,
Yeah, and see
because there's one control that we haven't figured out
Mm-hmm.
what it's doing.
now,
right?
now we've got some context for the game. Yeah. Now going through that info dump will probably...
What's that?
Probably help. Okay.
Well, hopefully will help.
Yeah.
I'm
And
still
it's-
not sure
it's-
what SSCE is.
It's
I've
interesting.
decided it's something corporate enterprises. With the SS standing for something.
Senior Secondary Certificate Examination from the Society for the Study of Christian Ethics.
How to play. Run a map to create a route to follow. Well, traverse
Oh.
the map and complete objectives to.
System
Procedural.
science and control engineering.
Maybe.
Interact is with total support with the corresponding cards. Jump, interact. Oh, interact is that one. So maybe when I was jumping on the teleporter, I needed to interact. And that's how we got out of that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go to objects, one of the objects is impact. So you have to.
But mainly,
Well,
but there was that bottom bit where we said was a soft lock had a teleporter in it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was just looking. So you don't have to interact with this, but navigate firewall, interact with this to get sent to a platforming challenge.
Okay, yeah. I managed to pick up a key, but didn't find the terminal that I put the key in.
Jump.
So
jump,
presumably, if I
draw.
plan my route better.
How to
Oh,
scale?
scale.
Scale
Hug it then
wall.
to jump up without any movement input.
Oh, okay. So making use of the.
So okay. So what felt like a sort of weird glitchy mistake is the gameplay.
Okay. Right.
Okay, here we go.
Let's try it again.
We're in.
Right.
Oop.
Uh,
So we start there.
We've got 30 seconds to plan a route, and I'm going to find something exciting to go for. You're going that way, so I'll go this way.
I'm gonna.
Try and interact with these.
There's your firewall thing, so you can try out the mini game.
Yeah, I'm going to go for. Oh, this is malware that I'm looking at, but that's fine.
That gives you points if you stand next to it.
Not sure how I'm going to get up that.
This is the thing. How do you you can scale walls, but how are you
you
supposed to
can't
get through
drop
those
down.
bottlenecks? So they've obviously done procedural generation as one of their.
Oh,
Yeah.
I loaded in first, so I'm the mostly blue one.
Get off. Oh, I'm on the other side.
Yeah, we're on the other side of the screen.
Oh my god, that was complicated. Oh, no! I'm supposed to be going this way.
But it feels like the.
No.
I got the thing.
Do you want to go and try and interact with that firewall button?
I'm gonna try. So yeah, this feels like a glitch. It feels like I shouldn't be doing this, but it is actually the. So I got me a score. And is that a firewall there?
Yeah. So if you interact on that.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to press the interact button.
Yeah, I think I have to interact.
Like this. Ooh.
Ah,
Haha! I'm also doing a differort copy of the same. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
the red walls are lava. Don't touch
it's a
them.
firewall.
Yes.
Oh no!
All right, that
Died.
bit I kind of like. There's your terminal that you need a key for, and the keys are in the top. All right, I'm coming. But I do feel like the structure that they've generated is a very bad choice for this type of game.
Now, how do I do malware? Because I'm standing on a malware panel.
It said to stand next to it, and your score's going up.
Oh, I'm just going to sit here and farm some score for a bit then.
That feels an interesting mechanic, right? If a lot of the gameplay is racing to the end,
Yeah.
having something that incentivizes you to stand still seems an odd choice. How does that?
Oh no!
Oh,
I fell through the room.
all right. Okay, at least we've gone to the stage where we can navigate. The
Oh, I'm totally stuck now. Look,
No?
I can't get out.
Can't get out.
No, I can't get back up. I tried to press the button. But it
Oh
wouldn't
yeah, I
let
don't
me
think you're going to be able to go up there. I think you're going to have to go around somehow.
Oh. Yeah, okay, you can go this way.
in. Is this?
You can go down there.
Actually, that's the point. Yeah, are you going to be able to? How are
Okay.
you supposed to get through that bottleneck? Because there's a mechanic for climbing walls, but
There-
you can't go across the ceiling or anything.
No. So I assumed there'd be a teleporter, but there isn't. Is there a teleporter to the other side?
Well, I thought that if you're on the platform, you can potentially just do triple
do
dash.
triple dash straight up, maybe.
Oh, you can dash up.
Yes,
Okay.
you can dash onto successfully getting to the edge,
Okay.
and then I've cashed in my points.
I mean,
So it's possible. So I'm
Player
not
one
playing
wins.
This one. This is
That's me.
Dave and Dan. To me, this looks quite frustrating. Maybe that's just because I'm not holding it.
why don't you have a go?
Yeah.
I was worried you'd say that.
Ah,
I mean,
yeah, give it a go.
Scoot over
Um,
to the edge here.
Yeah. Well, and while you're doing that, okay. So main menu, play game. So you press. Yeah, one of them gets you in, one of them gets you.
So we're in
So
the middle
you're
there.
in the middle.
It'd be nice if these dots were different colours as as well.
Yeah,
I'm going to
and
go
the
up
and
draw
the
this
lines.
way.
I guess
The green teleports me over here, so I'm going to go from the green to this key, and then going to try and go all the way around here.
so. I do know why they included this drawing on the map mechanic,
Yeah.
because right back at the start of the semester, we had a little in-class exercise where we generated a prompt, come up with some game ideas based
Yeah.
on it, and I think they've turned that into their game for this coursework.
Yeah.
And the prompt was, the prompt they got was like plan and then execute or something like that.
Right. Okay.
But I am not sure how much that mechanic adds to this type of game.
I
Like,
think
if
that now we know what the things on the map
Yeah,
are,
I'm-
I'm more excited about planning my route through them.
Yes.
But
yeah,
it
I
feels-
agree. I think it has a cold start problem.
Yeah.
But I think once you know what you're doing.
To me, it feels like it just clutters a lot of what you're doing.
To me, the biggest problem
Like,
with this
is
game is actually the controls. I think it's not pleasurable to physically control
So,
and play.
so I will say that my initial assumption was right. It looks a lot more frustrating than it is. It's still not necessarily
Yeah.
perfect, but it's actually easier to control than it looked from the outset.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's not. It's not uncontrollable. You can definitely. It was to begin with when you didn't know what anything did.
Yeah. I feel a little bit
It's-
like I'm
it's cer-
fighting it, but I'm being rewarded once I have fought it.
It's certainly not intuitive, but
Yeah.
also I'm not sure I can get to that malware thing because I think I'm too big.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's generated too high. I think.
procedural generation maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jump does feel
The
very.
jump is weirdly underpowered.
So
and
we've got-
I don't really understand why make it so crappy.
Yeah.
So if you imagine you had a much better jump, right? I think the game would be less frustrating, and you'd still have all of the benefits and the good things about the game would still be in place. It would just give you more options, right? It would give you more options for navigating around, and you wouldn't spend your whole time desperately trying to climb up walls in a way that feels like you shouldn't be climbing up walls.
Because I'm trying to concentrate on different bits.
You're trying to get up to that top gap, right?
So I was about to say it feels like it doesn't feel like I'm progressing towards anything. I'm just sort of aimlessly going from room to room. And I wish there was a way that I could plan my route. I was like, wait, no, okay, I do kind of get
Yeah,
that.
the plan.
Interesting, because
I
I'm
think
following my line, right?
I
I made a plan and I'm executing my plan. I think it's working
the
pretty
plan
well.
works. I think their idea of plan and execute works.
So there is the question of
it doesn't look. I mean, there are nicer ways of making it look, maybe. And like you said, maybe making it different colours. Although the fact that you can kind of interfere with the other persons is quite nice.
there is also the question of why would I make my own plan though? I can just follow Dan's line.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
because we collide with each other, if you follow me, I'm ahead of you and you always get nothing.
No, sorry. If I can follow your line faster than you can,
This is, yeah, okay. Following me is bad, but following my line is probably good.
Yeah.
and that's exactly the thing, right? That's sort of,
Yeah.
I can't-
I mean, I think so. I quite like the idea, and actually, it's quite nicely put together. But my God, the controls! Why do this?
I get to play Firewall. I can't see the rest of the map, but this is...
Should we talk a little bit about presentation while you guys are playing?
Yeah, okay. They've definitely got a strong aesthetic. I'm not sure I personally like it. There's a lot of noise all at once, but
Yeah, but consistent though,
exactly there's
right? It is a choice.
It is
Right,
which is why I'm not going to be too grumpy for that.
And so I would say, and it's got music,
Yep.
and it has some sound effects, and it has an intro screen,
Yeah.
and it has an outro screen. It's a complete package.
It is polished. Ooh, that's an
So I
interesting-
mean, I would say, a good would be professional, complete, and effective, right? And I think you probably argue that they've got to that place, right?
Alright. Cashed in my chips.
Now, I'm trying to get to the caching point, but where these rotating things are, they clip me through the...
So you spent a lot of time getting bonus points and things
Yeah.
like that. Let's see if that's actually worth it
Yeah. So the question is, can I
Can you do
can I
that
successfully get up there?
Yeah.
before the time wipes your bonus?
Yeah.
So if we're happy with a good full presentation,
Yeah, I think it is polished and well-rounded. I'm not sure I would go as far to the excellent because I think some of these noisy elements
Yes.
do detract from
Go,
some
go.
of the
that's
gameplay.
got to be effective and appealing, and
Got
yeah.
Me overall, I think.
Okay, so those bonuses were still worthwhile.
Yep. I think I got a whole ton of points for successfully finishing a firewall minigame.
So you spent all of your time getting almost 4,000 points.
Yeah.
I got 150. We still weren't that far off because
Yeah.
of the timer.
That's reasonably balanced, actually.
Yeah. Well.
Go on, you have another go.
All right.
Yep.
So we can talk about play. So would you describe this as challenging, playable, engaging, or fun?
Honestly, I want to play this again. So can't find my mouse now, but
So that sort of sounds
Okay.
like it's at the engaging level, at least.
yeah.
So engaging would be reasonably complex game with multiple mechanics, smooth controls, and may still have some minor bugs. I would say that we've definitely got multiple mechanics, and I'd say that we're not seeing any bugs. I still think that the controls are not great.
I got distracted because I was too busy playing the
Yeah,
game.
no, that's fine. Yeah.
Which is a good
Which is
sign.
a good
right?
sign. Well, I mean, excellent be. So an excellent would be high complexity with complementary mechanics and intuitive controls. So my problem is that it definitely doesn't have intuitive controls.
Correct.
Does it have a set of complementary mechanics?
It kind of does actually. Yeah, there's a number of different types of platforms. There's teleporters. There's a thing that transports you to a mini game.
I don't think it has complementary mechanics.
Really?
I think the mechanics don't get in the way of each other, right? But they don't interact in interesting ways, right? So, for example, why is there no power up that lets you erase the plan from the other person? Right? Or why? Or if you think about so what are the other mechanics we've got here? Like the mini game, for example. What do you get if you complete the
Points.
right?
And points mean prizes.
All right, so they feel like they're independent things in order to get points. So they're all aligned with the overall game. They're consistent. They're not getting each other's way, but they don't build on each other or kind of interact with each other in interesting ways.
So I think some of them might actually get in each other's ways, like the malware one where you stand still and you accumulate points,
Right.
but at the same time the
There's
time
a
is
timer.
ticking down
Yeah.
and you're losing points.
So I
And I'm sure that's probably balanced in
Yeah.
such a way that it makes sense, but it does sort of pull a little bit.
yeah.
I find it funny that I'm following my planned route, and Tom put all these, convenient distractions for it. So I'm having to figure out which one is my actual route.
So that works. So I think they do have higher complexity. Right, they've got quite a lot going on, but I'm not sure they work together. And the controls are definitely not intuitive. Would you?
So this
you
is
say
the
that-
other thing, right? I just ran straight to the end.
Yeah.
Dan spent all of his time getting an extra whole two and a half thousand points,
Yeah.
and it counted for nothing.
No.
Yep.
So would you say that the controls are smooth or usable?
I would say they're usable.
This is probably at the good level. It has slightly higher complexity, takes it to excellent. Slightly worse controls, takes it to satisfactory. Overall, it would be at the good.
So as mildly grumpy as I was at the start of this, I feel like I've really come around to this because I do want to play it again and see how well I do against
So
it.
you want to say there's some. Yeah. So this is I wonder whether you just scribbled on his own. So are you suggesting that your actual reaction to those things actually pulls it up a bit higher? It's maybe halfway between the two.
Potential. I think that as with a lot of these games, I can definitely see a lot of potential in it. Now, some of the implementation. This was the thing. Their main mechanic is this, or I guess their main unique selling point. Because otherwise, it's a platformer where you collect some stuff and you're racing against the clock. Sure, fine, whatever. The planning out the route is the thing that makes it interesting, and I don't know how well it jives with the rest of their mechanics.
No. Feels like they're solving a problem rather than taking advantage of something.
Like something where, for example, not only are you drawing a...
I think it's right.
we might have crashed. Something where you're not just drawing a route, but drawing platforms or something like that. Or if the power-ups interacted with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
still think it's probably at the good level, but if you're feeling that it's... I mean, we could also argue that we've now just encountered a minor bug. So,
a pretty major bug. In fact,
yeah.
I'm concerned
I'll say
the recording might have died as well.
I was going to say, let's just double check. Are we still rolling? I feel like we're still rolling. Fantastic.
We're still rolling.
We'll keep going.
Okay, let's get this play one done. What do you reckon? My argument is that it's a good because although it has higher complexity, it doesn't really have complementary mechanics. The controls I wouldn't describe as smooth, and it has at least one game-ending bug.
Yeah, for the complementary, I would call it a little bit point salady. You can get points here or there or there or there or there. They don't complement each other. There's just lots of options.
Yeah, I like, to my mind, it's maybe somewhere between a satisfactory and a good. But
yeah.
I think you're right that there's elements that it could go a good, it could go below.
Is to what extent is the fact you get so absorbed in it make up for some of those things?
Yeah.
You're feeling done.
It's a sort of thing where I actually find it a little strange that we've got a 30-second timer here. I know that you can't be sitting planning forever, but I want to look at my options and I want to go, ooh, well, I'm starting over here, so I could go down here and there's not much here. Am I going for this firewall that's down in this bit here? Or if I went along here, shall I aim for this one instead? And it feels strangely frantic in this planning phase in a way that I'm trying to solve this like a puzzle, not like a speed run. Because if I'm doing a speed run, I think the answer is you fall down to the bottom of this map as fast as possible, because that's where the goal is.
Yeah.
It is interesting that there was a key in the starting room and the thing that the key unlocks in the room right next to it. I'm wondering, I've fallen down, so I probably can't grab it anymore. But
yeah. I think that what we do is, generally speaking, if we're debating it, we give them benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So let's say they're halfway between the two. Right. There we go. Managed to get up there. So what's next on our list? So multiplayer. What do you think about the multiplayer aspects?
Oh, obviously we have multiplayer. I would say that it matters from my point of view that you're playing, but not very much.
No, the interactions does seem a little bit limited, actually, doesn't it?
During the planning phase, you can mess me up and I can mess you up by putting, annoying things in the way. But it doesn't have a huge effect. I'm about to interact with the... Oh, it's just a whole pile of points, okay. It is sometimes true that when we're in the same room, we've got collisions on each other, so, I can push you off a platform or you can push me off a platform or something. But it doesn't feel like the game is designed particularly to take advantage of that. I think it just happens to be that we have collisions and therefore we collide.
Yeah.
I ended up there.
Oh, you went there as well, were you?
No, I was player one. You got that one. Because you were there faster, right? I think you're player two. You got more for the time bonus.
But you got in the green zone. I didn't notice you in the green zone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's think about the multiplayer before we go back in and get absorbed again. So a good would be an experience that consistently allows meaningful play from multiple players.
Yeah. So maybe for me the interesting thing is if I was playing this solo and the second player didn't exist, I would have probably a similar amount of engaging gameplay.
Yes.
Because what's engaging is largely about deciding which of the bonuses to get, what order to get them in, and then doing the platform to get those things. And I don't think that the second player changes that enough.
Yeah. So okay. So I think the criteria is specified. It just talks about meaningful play, but I think it means meaningful play between players, right? Or so I would say that it doesn't allow consistently meaningful play for multiple players.
There are sections of meaningful play.
Because there almost most of it really. We're kind of not, we're just doing our own thing. The satisfactory level, that would be it sometimes allows meaningful play.
Yeah.
And a pass would be meaningful play for one player at the expense of the other. And I don't think
it's not that.
But it feels like it's pretty squarely on the satisfactory to me.
Yeah.
That we can both play the game. We both, in terms of the overall meaningful play, which we've already talked around, right? It's actually doing quite a good job. But in terms of the meaningful play between players,
if I was going to give it some, if I was going to give it some extra credit for multiplayer, the game system doesn't have a lot that causes us to interact too much. But it does promote the, haha, I scribbled over your thing, and, there's the social aspect.
And we can interact with each other, we can bump into each other and get each other's work.
Yeah.
And there's, you can imagine people having fun drawing stuff on the map.
Yeah.
on your route. So I think, it definitely has those moments. So I think I thinking a satisfactory would be about right for that.
Mm-hmm.
What about, let's go in and generate a map, because I'm guessing they're doing a procedural generation.
So let's have another look at a new map.
So here's our map. So this looks like, I don't have their notes here, but it looks like a binary space partition, possibly.
Yeah, so a series of rooms.
With a guaranteed route through. So, how effective is it, do you think?
Clearly, it generates routes. It's done a slightly interesting thing specifically here that we haven't seen before, just by putting, what is that, a down pipe.
Go that way.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I read it. I didn't actually end up concentrating on what I should be doing.
I'm going to follow your route and see what happens.
Yeah, go for it. Good luck.
I'm sure it'll be a great idea.
Yeah. Reader, it isn't.
No,
okay.
I died.
Yeah. Oh my god. I suddenly what this little, what's it called? Hacking thing.
Yeah.
How do I use that? What do I do with it?
You just stand on it and farm points.
Oh, you just get points. Oh,
Yeah.
It's really slow though. Does it speed up?
I have discovered a problem with your route.
Yeah, that's it. I did try telling you.
I'll backtrack.
Now I've discovered I've used the teleporter, which would have been a great idea had I paid any attention at all
To where it took you.
to where it took me. Yeah. Okay. So procedural generation, what we're looking for is the complexity of the generation, and whether it has rules that either allow play, support play, or enhance play. Right. It feels to me like it definitely enables play.
Yeah, I would certainly agree with that.
Right, so we always get to where we want to go. Yeah. Okay, so I think what will probably be helpful is to actually look at how their description, because we're guessing what they've done. So, Tom, what did they say that they did for their procedural generation?
So first off, they use the classic binary space partition to create all of these different rooms, and then they sort of generate them with corridors to make sure that everything is connected. Once that's been done, they create objectives, platforms, and interactables for each room. Each component's got an individual chance to spawn, and they do something to mitigate the distance that players need to travel in a particular game by spawning teleporters. So they don't actually talk about the rules that they use to place those objects.
Right.
They don't talk about, do you make sure to distribute things like the firewall further away, because that seems to be worth more points. And they don't actually talk about how they spawn teleporters. So they say they use it to mitigate the distance between some of these things, but they don't mention
No.
Yeah, presumably they've got something to make sure teleporters aren't right next to each other. But yeah, unfortunately they don't really go into a lot of detail in the notes.
So we started this off by saying that they definitely enable play.
Yep.
And that's here, right? But what we're saying is, do they have rules designed to enhance play? That would be really good.
And based on what they've said in the notes, I don't know if they do.
And it doesn't, and we can't really see anything.
No.
So it feels to me this is pretty squarely landing on the satisfactory level. And the sort of things we would have expected to see would be, like you said, placement rules, rewarding. You know, what you want to do is you want to reward people for not taking the quickest route, and you want to have rules around placing the bonuses and doing that.
In fact, we've definitely seen some situations where you spawn adjacent to the goal.
Yeah.
In
which case it's pointless then to go going at all. So it feels like you want to spawn a little way away with multiple routes to the goal, where the longer routes have more reward.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So yeah, enables meaningful play, satisfactory.
Okay.
So that takes us to their design pillars.
So
what did they say for their design pillars?
So pillars-wise, we've got shifting cyberspace. Pretty evocative. I don't know if it's captured mechanically.
Yeah, it is. It's a. Again, that makes it feel like it should be dynamic and that it should be changing as we're playing. So it feels like it's not particularly reflected.
Yeah, they've hit cyberspace, but the shifting seems a little
Yes.
odd.
Okay. Yeah, I will grant you. In terms of like the aesthetic, it's
Yeah,
that very
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
like
That's definitely
early sort of 90s, like yes, I'm in kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But
I got it.
it doesn't necessarily reflect in the gameplay, and certainly not the shifting side of things. Next one, point attack. I assume what they mean by that is,
Do they have an
calculating
explanation
points. So it merges time attack gameplay with point scoring. So you're trying to do something quickly while also gathering points.
Right.
Which is...
Now, this is a very interesting level design. I'm not sure how it works in terms of balance, but we've got a lot of verticality going on here. So I'm going to go to the left, and then I'm going to fall down all of these, collecting all the stuff on the way, and then I'm going to go to the end. Which feels like an exciting thing to try.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So the design pillars. So I still don't quite understand what that is.
I think it's basically just their way of saying that they're merging like race to the end with like the points gathering mechanic.
Yeah.
Which, as far as all of their pillars go, this one I would say is like the least evocative of aesthetic. It does kind of describe what you're doing, but it doesn't add much more than that. The next one I think is probably their most interesting one, and in fact we've already said it's the unique selling point, which is plan your success or your opponent's failure.
Yeah.
Now, whether they do a lot with it, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I like
it,
it, and they do have a basic implementation of it. Like you said, it feels like the planning is not powerful enough. And what it does is it solves a problem as opposed to using it as an opportunity to create new bits of play.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean they've done it badly. They've done it fine, but it just could have done more with it.
But I think that's the thing that really makes this game stand out.
Yeah.
So if they take that idea and they adapt and evolve it further, I think they could be onto something. Well, they could really be onto something.
Anything else?
That's the three pillars.
So a satisfactory would be 3 pillars describing implications for play and the design. The game mostly supports the proposed pillars. And it feels like across the board that's kind of where it is.
Yeah.
But it also feels like maybe there's an argument that 1 or 2 of their pillars get up into the good range, which would be they give the game its character.
Certainly one of them does. I don't know if shifting cyberspace does, because we've already said it doesn't.
They don't. Yeah. I mean, it gives it an aesthetic character.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. I mean, maybe it's halfway between the two.
Yeah, I think probably so.
They were onto something.
Yeah.
I think. Which I have to be honest is a really good start, right? Half the battle is just coming up with like your unique thing.
It's unique and interesting enough that I've been quiet for most of this recording because I've been intensely playing this. You guys have been doing the actual work here.
Okay. What about feedback? What do they say for feedback?
Well, they've said quite a lot, and they haven't put it in bullet points. So
Okay.
as I pass, so I
you're-
have to
you're-
pass this as I go.
You're parsing it out.
So they mentioned. So one of the first things they mentioned is initially the concept was you were both competing on your own separate map.
Okay.
Which-
Which makes the interaction between players even worse. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that was problematic.
So they combined it so you're both on the same map, which I think
Yeah.
is a definite improvement.
So that's a definite improvement. I think it makes a big difference.
The initial plan was to have both players draw, but they could not see what had been drawn until the game began. During the lab, suggested to maybe change this so the invisible drawings didn't serve much purpose other than a gimmick. With the idea of if you can see where somebody else is planning, you can obviously try and ruin their plan.
Yeah.
That
I
again,
think that works.
It's definitely strengthened that idea. I think if they'd maybe interpreted that a bit more, they could have, like you say, actually done even more with that concept than they did. The keyboard, they changed it to controllers. Alright, sure, fine. Regard to procedural generation, ensure the map that was interesting and interconnected. Getting certain objectives was not difficult. So they had make sure there were multiple objectives and platforms, making traversal interesting.
It is nice that they've put enough of the point scoring things all over the place that no matter what you do, you're probably running into something you can interact with.
Yeah.
Which is quite
So it would be nice if they had some rules replacement, but at least they've scattershot the
Which, I mean, they might well have, but they haven't told us what they are.
Yeah,
and
yeah. It's not clear.
So,
Okay, so
so overall, it feels like for a lot of their feedback, they've kind of just implemented like the obvious solution to it, and it has definitely improved it. But there's not a lot of deep interpretation.
I mean, a satisfactory would be feedback was addressed and challenges have been somewhat successful. I think it kind of hits that.
Yep.
Good would be feedback is addressed and the challenges have been successful. And it feels like they're getting there with some of them.
Yeah.
So maybe halfway between the two.
I exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. Brings us to the end of this game, and in fact brings us to the end of this batch. So, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again another time.